Hi friends. This week we're going to go over the letter Q. Alright, some of y'all might have already talked about this at home with your mom and dad, but we're going to go over it here so I can share with you all the fun things that we have. So let's talk about the letter Q. Here is our sound card for the letter Q. Do you see the big capital Q here? It's like a circle with a line. And down here, do you see these in green? Those are the lowercase q. And when we think about the letter Q, we need to think about the sound it makes. Now the rabbit is being very quick. So we're going to do our arms like this, like we're hopping with our arms, and we're going to go quack, 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 because we're going to be quick like a rabbit. This is our Frog Street friend. This is Quilla Queen. So she is a queen. Quack, quack, queen. All right. So let's get started. We're going to look in our Q bucket for today and see some things that we have that start with the letter Q. All right. So in here we have our cute little bear friend. He is holding the letter Q. Okay, look up here. Do you remember our Q? Which Q is our bear holding? The capital Q. Okay, and so when Miss Audrey teaches, sometimes I tell y'all the capital letters, and I tap my head because they're big and tall. The capital letters are big and tall, so capital letters. All right, so our bear is holding a capital letter. Let's see what else is in my bucket. Oh, this right here. It's got different patches on it, different fabrics, and it's together. This is a quilt. Can you say quilt? Good job. Quilt. So quilt starts with the letter Q. All right. Oh, we have our capital Q. And we have our lowercase q. I do lowercase at my hip because it starts at the dotted line here, which is half the size. So that's half your body. Here's the top, and here's the middle, half, lowercase q. Okay, now Q is kind of a hard letter to find things that start with Q. But right here, I have a little, I'm going to move in closer, you can see it. This is a queen. Look at that queen sitting on her throne. So I have a queen. All right. Ooh, I also have this right here. Our Q stuff is all small. This is a quarter. A quarter. A quarter is worth 25 cents. So quarter. All right. Ooh, I also have this. Do you know what this is? It's a Q-tip. It even has the letter in it. Q-tip. It says the name Q. Q-tip. A Q-tip. It has the letter Q. It doesn't say qua, but it's a Q-tip. It does start with a Q. Okay. This last thing I have right here is a quartz. Quartz. Kind of looks like a rock. It's clear. It's very pretty. It's smooth. It's a quartz. All right. So, like I said, that is not a lot of stuff in there. We do have our letter bag. And inside our letter bag, we have all these things. Let's see if I can move them around so you can see inside. Okay, so when you see what it is, I want you to say it out loud so your mom or your dad or somebody can hear you say it. Okay, what is this? It's a queen. Queen, qua. Okay. Oh, and right here, what is this? Quilt. All right, let's smooth my bag around and see what else we've got. Oh, okay. Right here, this is our quarter. Okay, here's one we didn't have in our bucket. This is a question mark. Have you ever asked a question? Like, Mom, where are we going? That's a question. So, this is what you put the end of that when you're writing it. It's a question mark. You're asking a question. Okay, I'm sifting around in my bag. And then the only things that we have left in my bag is our letters. So let's look at it right here. Now tell me, or whoever's there with you, is this the capital letter or the lowercase letter? It's the capital letter. All right, so which one are we missing? The lowercase letter. Let's see. There it is. There's our lowercase q. Okay, so those are our letters in our letter bag. Right here, we have our letter Q. We're going to put it in here so it can tell us what it says.
Q says cook. Q says cook. Every letter makes a sound. Q says cook.
All right, so Q says qu. Remember, get your arms ready. We're that quick rabbit. Qu, 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 qu. Very good. All right. In my book, in my bucket, we also have a book. And I really liked these books because we have learned to read them with Miss Audria in class. Okay, so it starts with our capital Q and our lowercase q. And what is this, everybody? Remember what this coin is called? It's a quarter. So now you're going to be able to read with me. This is the letter Q. This is a sight word you'll learn about next year, or maybe the year after that. Is, and this is the word for, and then it has the picture word. So we'll read this together. Q is for quarter. Here's our next one. Q is for quill. A quill is a feather that people used to use to write with. So instead of a pen, they would take this quill, dip it in ink, and then use it to write. Okay, this next page, these are a lot of babies. Let's count our babies. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if somebody has 4 babies, instead of just one baby, when mommy goes to the hospital and she has a baby, instead of her just having one baby, she would have 4 all at the same time. That is called quadruplets. So let's read with Miss Audria. Q is for quadruplets. Okay, look at our picture to help us. This is a picture of a quilt. All right, so we're going to read down here. Q is for quilt. All right, and we talked about this. What is this? It's a question. A question mark. So we're going to read down here. Q is for question mark. Okay. Oh, and here's that rock that we had. Their rock looks a little different than ours, but it is a quartz. So that's this word right here. Okay, let's read it together. Q is for quartz. And then on this page, it has our whole alphabet. Can you find the letter Q? There it is, right there. Let's sing our alphabet song so we can get to our letter Q. A, B, C, D, E. Next line. F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now we've sung our ABCs. Can you find Q for me. Where is that Q? There it is. All right. Okay, so that is our letter Q. And remember, Q says qua, 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 qua. All right. I also have our sign language card for Q. So you're going to show me one, and then you're going to stick your thumb and that pointer finger out, and you're just going to point it down. Q. Q. All right. Okay. Now we're going to go over how to write the letter Q. Okay. And I'm going to have to do it in, let me see, sorry, teaching my son today his letters too, so we have to borrow my dry erase marker. Here it is. Okay, so our lowercase q, we're going to start at the top, the sky. All right, Miss Audrey's going to have to do it up on the board so that way I can write it as I'm talking to you. Okay, so we start at the sky. And we make a circle from the sky to the ground, back up. So it looks like a big circle. Then we're going to come down here at the bottom, not at the very bottom, but still inside the circle, and we're going to draw a line, like a kickstand, like on your bike. It's just a little line. We're going to kick it out. All right, so that's capital Q. Lowercase q, we start at the dotted line, remember? Lowercase q. We're going to start at the dotted line, and we're going to make a C, the letter C. I see the letter C. Then we're going to draw a line into the basement, and then we're going to curve back like a hook. Hook back. So there is our capital Q and our lowercase q. And I have one last thing for us to do for the letter Q, and that is to read our book. All right, this book is called The Quiet Quail. Okay, quiet. Do you know what quiet means? Let's think. Oh, quiet is something we do when we are in school and the teacher's talking. Quiet is something we are doing when we're in church and we're listening. Quiet. So we're going to hear about the quiet quail. All right. Here we go. Quincy is a quiet quail. He likes to do quiet things. Quincy likes to snuggle with his favorite quilt and listen to the quiet pitter-patter of the rain. So if you've ever heard the rain come down and it's pitter-pattering on the windows, he likes that. It's kind of soothing. Quincy likes to sit quietly and read. Quincy likes to take quiet walks. Sometimes on his quiet walks, Quincy meets his friend Dottie Duck. Dottie is not very quiet. In fact, Dottie is quite loud. Quack! Quack, 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 quack. Hi, Quincy. Quack, 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 shouts Dottie. Hello, Dottie, whispers the quiet quail. Whoa. That duck is very loud. That's opposite. So you have the quiet quail, Quincy, and you have the very loud duck, Dottie. Okay. Quincy and Dottie sit in the park. Quack, 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 shouts Dottie. What a beautiful day! Quack, 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 quack. Dottie quacks and quacks till Quincy's head hurts. Dottie, please quit quacking, says Quincy. But Dottie is quacking so loud she doesn't hear the quiet quail. Look right here, we can tell in the picture he's very loud because of the marks they make. And look, remember Quincy said his head was hurting because Dottie was so loud. Quincy decides to go for a swim to drown out Dottie's quacking. He spreads his quilt on the grass and jumps in the pond. Suddenly, Queenie, the dog, trots by and grabs Quincy's quilt and runs away. "My quilt," cries Quincy. "Someone stop Queenie." But Quincy's voice is too quiet. No one hears him. Queenie runs right past Dottie. "That's Quincy's quilt," quacks Dottie. "Catch Queenie, quick!" The other animals hear Dottie's loud quacking and they chase Queenie. Queenie is quick, but the other animals are quicker. They snatch Quincy's quilt from Queenie's teeth. They give the quilt back to Quincy. Quincy thanks all the animals for rescuing her quilt, especially Dottie. "Your loud quacking saved the day," Quincy tells Dottie. And for once, the quiet quail is happy to have such a noisy friend. Okay, so that was our story, The Quiet Quail. It's an Alpha Tales book. It's by Scholastic. They put it out. It's by Heather Fieldman, illustrated by Rusty Fletcher. So, by means the author, that's who wrote the book, and illustrated is the person who drew all the pictures. So we had The Quiet Quail, and she had a loud friend. Do you remember what kind of animal that friend was? What kind of animal was it? A duck. And that duck, Dottie the duck, was Dottie the duck quiet or loud? Oh, very loud. And sometimes it would hurt Quincy's head because she was so loud. But when Queenie stole the quilt, Dottie was loud enough everybody could hear her say, "Stop it! Stop, Queenie!" And they did, and so Quincy got his quilt back. All right, this was the letter Q. All right, friends, can you tell me what Q says? Remember, here's our poster. Q says, "Quack, quack, 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 quack." Very good. All right, see if you can practice with Mom and Dad making our capital Q and our lowercase q. Moms and dads, if you don't have dotted paper at home, that's fine. Use a highlighter and make the capital Q for them and the lowercase q, and then have them trace it. Now remember, we start at the top, top to bottom, top to bottom, left to right, left to right. All right, so we're going to start at the top and we make a circle, and then we make our little kickstand. And lowercase q, we make a C, and then we pick up and we go into the basement and we hook back. Capital Q and lowercase q. All right, be practicing the letter Q at home. See if you can find some things around your house that start with a Q. And practice writing your letter Q. And I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.